Hi, I'm Nico, a nutrition coach on tirzepatide, and I use it to control my binge eating and to lose some weight. And in this video, I'm going to show you what I do to eat when I'm not hungry. As you probably noticed, appetite is pretty low when taking a GLP-1, and this is good because it helps us eat less and lose weight. But too low could be an issue because if we eat a lot less, it can lead to rapid weight loss. Losing weight too fast can lead to a lot of things like hair loss, brain fog, low energy, muscle loss, and more loose skin than expected. I like to lose weight at a certain speed and not just as fast as I can. Even though it would be nice to hit my goals faster, I want to lose weight as fast as possible, but not at the cost of my health. Okay, so how fast do I lose weight? I aim for 0.5% to 1% of body weight per week. Below 5% is too slow, and above 1% is rapid weight loss territory. I use this range because it helps me lose weight as fast as possible while avoiding all the bad stuff. For example, if a 300-pound person wants to get to 150 pounds and they lose 1 pound per week, that's 150 weeks, which is almost 3 years. But if they lost at 1% per week, which is about 3 pounds, they would hit their goal weight in about a year. Now, that's just the basic example. There's some nuance to it, but I hope you get the point. And here's a table that I use to calculate how much I should be losing per week. Now, let's talk about all the things I do to eat when I'm not hungry. First is how I prioritize what to eat during my meals to make sure I get my nutrients in. I usually have protein first. This is to prevent muscle loss. Then I have carbs and fats, carbs for energy and fats for brain and hormone health. I typically eat less to no vegetables when I have no appetite, but when I have an appetite, then I tend to eat more. Vegetables have a lot of fiber, which is good, but if I'm not eating vegetables, then I won't get enough. So that's when I have supplements like fiber gummy bears. So the last thing I do is hydrate. So I sip between bites and drink between meals. If I drink during my meals, it might fill up my stomach and I might feel too full to eat enough. And in this picture, I eat the chicken first and then the rice and then the vegetables last. And then when I'm done, I'll have water or whatever drink. Moving on to liquid calories. I have more liquid calories and less solid foods, usually because liquids digest faster, which means, again, I can have more food and not undereat. And here's a list of liquid calories. This is just an example of what I like to drink. I have protein drinks and powders, soda, not diet or zero sodas, sports drinks, shakes, and smoothies. Next is calorie-rich foods. Usually foods in higher calories but low volume, so think peanut butter or junk food. And here's a list of these type of foods. It's fast food, liquid calories, nut butters, dried fruit, and desserts. I don't restrict food unless I have to, and I rarely do. I enjoy all foods in general, and GLP-1s just help me stay in control. If you don't like eating junk food, you don't have to. Again, this is what I like to do. I prefer to get in my calories however I can just to prevent rapid weight loss. Okay, added flavors. Tastier food can be more appetizing, which means you might be able to eat more if the food tastes better. I usually have 0 or low calorie added flavors like salt, spices, hot sauce, soy sauce, lemon juice, and so on. For example, in this picture, I have soy sauce on my rice and veggies and hot sauce on my chicken. And I think I have lemon juice on there, but I'm not sure. Go-to foods. So knowing what food to eat makes it easier to actually eat food when you have a low appetite. I usually go for convenient foods, so things I don't have to cook or heat up. My go-to foods are crackers and Fairlife, of course. A longer eating window. I start eating earlier in the day and stop closer to bed. I usually wake up around 5 to 6 a.m. and I have a protein drink with coffee. Then I have my last meal about an hour before bed. This gives me time to eat enough and digest for the day. And the last thing I do to eat when I'm not hungry is to have smaller and more meals. I go from having 3 regular size meals to having 5 or more smaller meals, snacks included. I do this because having regular size meals might be too much for my stomach to handle in one sitting. To recap, this is what I do to eat when I'm not hungry. I prioritize protein, have liquid calories, have calorie-rich foods, added flavors, have go-to foods, a longer eating window, and smaller and more frequent meals. And that's it for the video. I hope this helped. Thanks for watching. Bye.